What's up, everyone? Twitch.tv/Milwaukee. I am Will, and I'm from Milwaukee. You get the rest. I am here with the original Wizard on the Coast, the founder, the owner of GenCon, Mr. Peter Adkison, literal gaming royalty. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I will point out I did not found GenCon. I did found Wizards of the Coast, but GenCon was founded in 1968. Mm-hmm. I would have been 7 years old.
Ooh.
I was a young entrepreneur.
Prolific,
but I acquired GenCon in 1997, the
first time. Of course. And then the second time in 2002.
Two. Yeah, that's right.
Very nice.
It's all kind of a blur at this point.
I'm sure. Well, we are here at Gamehole Con in beautiful Madison, Wisconsin. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us. I have a few questions here, and I hope you would humble me and join in.
Sure. I'm actually trying not to humble you. And
or just knock my ego down a couple pegs. That's
not my intent. Not my intent.
So, first thing, when you were starting Wizards of the Coast, was there a lot of support, or was it more of a lonely endeavor? I know that there's a ton of support for creators these days, so I'd love to know what the environment was like.
Oh, I had so much support, Will. I did. I had a lot of support. I know it was pre-social media, so we did these things in person a lot more. But yeah, it was the first thing I did was talk to all my friends and say, hey, we've been talking for years about doing a game company someday. Okay. Let's do it for real. And it started with a big party. We had like 20 people over to my apartment because I was poor and lived in this small little apartment. We crammed about 20 people in there. And the first meeting was just brainstorming cool ideas for products that we could do. Yeah.
Ooh, I love it.
I wish I had that list. There's probably some things on there that were good that I forgot.
No. What could have been.
Yeah, what could have been. But yes, no. I had a lot of friends and colleagues, people that helped me along the way, mentors, and that was very important.
Outstanding. And the rest is history. I'm glad that you had people who were willing to step up and help you out. With your resume, it's hard to choose, but what project from anywhere in your past stands out that you're most proud of?
Most proud of? Okay, so and I'm going to take that very literally because it's not quite the same was like happiest we got to do, which of course would be acquiring Dungeons and Dragons, doing 3rd edition D&D. That would be the moment that was most exciting. But the most proud of, I think, was in WotC days when we launched the intellectual sport repositioning of the Magic brand from being a collectible to being something about competition. And it was at a crucial part in the company's history where it really saved the company, and it wasn't luck. I mean, to some extent, for me, meeting Richard Garfield, him designing Magic the Gathering, that was luck. For him, that was skill and brains and genius. For me, it was luck that I happened to be the right person at the right time, and there was a lot of luck and fortune involved in me having a chance to acquire Dungeons and Dragons. But I always felt that relaunching Magic as an intellectual sport was a point where we as a company were really smart and did the right thing at the right time, and it was very complex and it worked really well. That's probably the thing I'm actually proudest of.
And what goes into that, sort of taking a game and making it something where a giant swath of people want to come around the world and compete like that?
Yeah, well, it was a bold decision because there were a lot of people that were not happy with it. I mean, we knew it was like taking something that was working and really well and changing it, but we felt that it was for the long-term benefit of the product to get it away from being this thing that people were speculating on and just buying to flip cards and all this sort of stuff like that. And so it was hard. We had to be really thoughtful. We did a lot of debating about it. We had people involved in the process who had studied sports, specifically sports around 2-on-2 duels, like chess, and tennis. When I say sport, I'm including games that are played like sports, right?
Of course.
So studying how those types of matches work and ranking and rating systems and stuff. So there was a lot of research and a lot of guts.
And it kind of worked out.
It worked out really well.
I would say that it worked out quite well.
Yeah. There were other decisions we made that didn't work out so well, and those are not the ones I'm proud of.
But with success comes some failures,
Yes.
so I feel it. Very
exactly.
cool. So I want to get into GenCon now, which, by the way, is a must-attend event for us every year.
I highly recommend it.
We can't recommend it enough. What exactly goes into being the owner of a convention? Because, of course, you have a staff at GenCon as well. So what's your role?
Well, when I first acquired it, I did run it as a business. And then eventually, after a few years, I didn't actually feel like I was that good at running GenCon because it's very logistics oriented. Like, it is about registration systems and space planning and hotel contracts and complicated sales agreements with exhibitors and sponsors and stuff like that. And I'm more creative. I went like, well, let's build a 50-foot blanket fort over here or something like that. So it was a type of business that I'm very happy to own. It's like a big party for gamers. I still like to be very involved in the company, but people who are more operationally competent run it now.
Sure, makes sense. You need all types, of course.
That's right.
But and of course we've met David Hopp. I want to say
David Hoppy, yes.
Yes, Hoppy.
That's right.
I knew I was getting that wrong, so thank you for correcting the pronunciation. But we of course see you and he at the beginning of every Gen Con, at the end of every Gen Con. It's very much a visible partnership that seems to be working awfully well. So
thank you. Yes.